All right, we're not just telling a ghost story today. We're going to pull it apart, piece by piece. This is a terrifyingly true account from a man named Sahil. And by breaking it down, we're going to see just how a simple trip with friends can spiral into an absolute nightmare. Let's get into it.
This is where it all starts. This one sentence from our narrator, Sahil. Think about it. A lullaby, something that's supposed to be about comfort and safety, becomes the source of his deepest fear. Right from the jump, you know this story is going to twist the familiar into something truly monstrous.
You know how these stories always begin, right? With a moment of total normalcy just before everything goes sideways. For Sahil and his friends, it was supposed to be a fun road trip, an escape to the beautiful mountains of Manali.
So here's a really crucial detail. The whole reason for this trip is to help their friend Samai. He's dealing with some intense grief after his younger brother passed away. That puts him in a really vulnerable state emotionally, which, as you'll see, makes him the perfect target for what's waiting for them. Keep that in mind.
And here it is, the classic warning. You always get one, don't you? As they're about to head out, the hotel receptionist tells them, "Hey, be back before 6 p.m. He tells them this local legend about a Maya Visaya, an elusive, shape-shifting shadow that haunts the pass. Rotang literally means Valley of Death.
And of course, what do? They laugh. To them, it's just some spooky story told to scare the tourists. This moment right here, this complete dismissal, it's the perfect setup. It creates this tension between their rational world and the reality that's just waiting for them up in the fog. Okay, now we're on the return journey. It's late, after 9 p.m., the road is completely empty, and a thick fog has rolled in. You couldn't ask for a more isolated, eerie setting for reality to just completely fall apart. The story's about to shift from a spooky warning to a full-on paranormal encounter. Just try to imagine this. You're driving, moving forward, but you are getting nowhere. For almost an hour, they are stuck in this loop, seeing the exact same Manali 28 cam sign again and again and again. The basic rules of time and space just don't apply anymore, and that confusion, well, it quickly turns to pure dread. But believe me, it gets so much weirder. Okay, pay attention, because this is what makes it so psychologically terrifying. The entity isn't just showing them one scary thing. No, it's showing each of them something totally different. Sahil sees a man. Chirag sees a little girl. Arun sees a horse. In an instant, their shared reality is shattered. They can't even agree on what they're seeing, which isolates every single one of them in their own private fear. It's brilliant because it attacks the trust they have in each other. So what do you do? What do you do when you can't trust your own eyes and you can't even trust your friend's eyes? How are you supposed to fight something that messes with your basic perception of what's real? That, right there, is the heart of their terror. So that time loop, that was just the warm-up act. The mind games are over. Now, this thing, this entity, decides it's time to get up close and personal. The shadow isn't just sitting on a milestone anymore. It's right outside their car. Arun is driving the car at 40 kilometers per hour. That's around 25 miles an hour. It's not crazy fast, but it's definitely faster than any person could just walk. Remember that speed. And get this. This is what's so unnerving. The boy isn't running. He isn't chasing them. He is just calmly walking. That unnatural, impossible calm is way more frightening than some monster because it defies the laws of physics. He's just strolling along, effortlessly keeping pace with their moving car. And here it is. This is the moment the entity has been waiting for. Samai, the one who's grieving, is completely captivated. He just sees a hurt kid who needs help. While his friends are freaking out, Samai opens the window. He actually smiles and waves back at this thing. The connection has been made. The entity has found its way in. They finally, somehow, make it back to the hotel. They're shaken, obviously, but they think they're safe. They go to sleep, probably just hoping the whole nightmare is over. But this thing, it isn't tied to some lonely road. It followed them home. At 3:30 in the morning, Sahil is woken up by this sound. It's Samay. He's sitting up in bed, staring into a mirror and singing this simple children's lullaby. The entity is taking one of the most comforting sounds in the world and turning it into a channel for absolute terror. This is the moment of pure possession. What Sahil sees is horrifying. In the room, there's Samai, singing like an innocent child. But in the reflection, that's not Samai. The reflection has red eyes, this creepy little smile, and marks on its neck like it's being choked. It's a terrifying image of the battle going on for his soul.
As his friends start backing away, the thing wearing Samai's face slowly turns to them. And with this twisted, childlike innocence, it asks them that question. It's calling back to the boy on the road. The entity is now asking them, and all of us really, if we'd be foolish enough to fall for the same trap. And then, Samai just collapses.
So the night from hell is finally over, but their friend is, well, he's not their friend right now. They are totally convinced this is something supernatural. So they remember what the receptionist said. They decide they don't need a doctor, they need a local pundit, a Hindu priest. And the pundit gets it immediately. He knows exactly what this is. He calls it a Buddha Saya, an evil spirit. And he explains how it works. It preys on people who are grieving. The entity took on the form of Samai's dead younger brother to earn his trust and ultimately to take control. So the pundit gets to work. He begins this series of rituals to fight back, and it's a very systematic process. First, a ritual to cleanse and ward off the evil eye. Then, chanting and healing to weaken the spirit's grip. And finally, a powerful prayer designed to kick it out for good. And here's the proof that it worked. This supernatural sickness becomes physical. The ritual ends when Samai literally vomits this thick, black liquid. It's like the evil is being physically purged from his body. The immediate danger is over. So, Samai is saved. He goes back to being his normal self, and get this, he has zero memory of any of it. But for his friends, especially for Sahil, the story doesn't just end there. You see, you can banish a ghost, but you can't always banish the memory.
And this, for me, is the final, haunting truth of the whole story. The physical threat is gone, but the psychological damage is done. For Sahil, the sound of that sweet lullaby is ruined forever. It's now the soundtrack to his nightmares, a permanent scar left behind from that dark, foggy road. Which leaves you with one last thing to think about. The evil spirit was driven out, but it definitely left something behind. It just proves that sometimes the most terrifying ghosts aren't the ones that haunt a dark road, but the ones that decide to haunt your mind.